between procedural establishment law and due process law. It is narrower in scope since it does not question law is contrary to equity and justice principle. It is narrower in scope, ମାନେ କମ୍ narrower. ହଁ ସରିଆ it does not question କରିବନି the concerning law को if it is contrary to equity and justice principle. यह समानता और justice principle को ओबे करुछु कि नहीं. Due process of law. This doctrine gives a scope to the Supreme Court को granting protection. Supreme Court protection करियो fundamental rights of the citizen को protect करियो. The procedure established law होची this doctrine has been originated from British Constitution आछि. This doctrine इटा due process of law खाली process माने originated from the Constitution of the United States आछि. The law duly enacted by the legislature द्वारा enacted ହେଇतो कोटा due process of law. Procedure माने होची जो procedure अछि law duly enacted ହେଇतो by the legislature विधायक मान द्वारा MP को द्वारा और body in concern is valid किंबा executive द्वारा officer को द्वारा it the procedure of the establishing it has been correctly followed. Procedure of the establishing has been correctly followed. यदि सटीक भावे फॉलो करते हैं किंतु चेक्स इफ एनी लॉ एनी आर्बिट्रेरी यदि चेक्स कोटा ड्यू प्रोसेस ऑफ लॉ टा किंतु चेक करिवो एनी लॉ इन क्वेश्चन कोटा इज नॉट आर्बिट्रेरी एंड अनजस्ट यदि अनफेयर रहिबो आर्बिट्रेरी रहिबो it checks करियो if any law in question is not arbitrary law enacted by the legislature or body in concern is established यदि valid हेतिबो legislature body valid थिबो if the procedure of the establishing माने जो प्रतिष्ठित procedure कारण जो कार्य करता है it has been correctly followed correctly follow करथियो has been mentioned in article 21 of the Constitution of India. The procedure established by law there anybody life and liberty can hold he paribo law द्वारा किंतु has not been explicitly mentioned the Constitution mention नहीं of India रे it is borrowed from American Constitution it आछि. Procedural less scope procedural law टा होची less scope इटा large scope कोटा process of law इटा correct process इटा होची check the law को check करे law होची originated from British Constitution इटा originated from United States. Actually due process of law means correct process means any law enacted by the legislature or its representative executive a correct process but if it violates the fundamental rights then it checks in Supreme Court जो process of law due process of law procedure established law mean law the legislature what is established by its procedure what enacted the law of bill. Due procedure established law arbitrary executive action limited scope थे माने मन इच्छा executive माने कार्यकारी पालिका action नहीं थे जो law taxes है ये सब dismiss होगा in judiciary रे और due process होची from arbitrary executive and legislative action a broader scope due process judiciary role होची limited checking if he correct the legal procedure as followed. The checking कम है परियो limited checking broad होची the question fairness and reasonableness of the law or due process of law fairness थियो and reasonable of the law law exists was duly enacted proper procedure गोटे procedure established law କିନ୍ତୁ law must be fair ହେବ just reasonable beyond the just procedure only